Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm trading the ES futures on a 2000 tick chart with a 21 EMA. So these are our key levels for the day, the overnight high and the overnight low. Now someone in the website was asking me why I had my low right here instead of down here. And the reason is because this is just a more significant swing right here than this. This was kind of just moving up along with this move from the previous day. And then we have a more significant swing right here. And I was open to moving it because you can adjust your key levels depending on how price action reacts to them. You can adjust them a little bit. But we had a very clear reaction here. We just pushed down. It couldn't push past it. Then we had these next green bars here leading to this entry right here, which that's supposed to be one tick lower. I got 15 out of that. So starting off, we have the overnight highs and lows. The overnight highs form after we start pushing down. 8 o'clock is around this area right here. So we have these couple pushes down here. So first entry long, second entry long. You obviously can't enter that. It's not off of anything. It's in no man's land. And then you start, meaning it's not off of any support or anything. And so we start going sideways here. It gets very choppy. There's no clear entries in that. Really no safe way to enter. And we have a second leg down. So you would look for longs off the lows and shorts off the highs, but notice how the EMA is down and price is clearly being held down by the EMA, so you don't want to enter long into that. But anyway, so we have the second leg down here, so clear measured move. This is perfectly measured right there. And so the reason I like this entry right here is because it was a perfect measured move. It was right off the overnight low. It had an overshoot of this trend right here. I'm going to quickly just make it, I didn't realize how long this would take. There we go. So that trend right there, notice how we overshot that. Overshoots lead to breaks, and we also had a spike down, and that this is what a symmetry trade is. When price spikes in one direction, you can expect a spike in the other direction if you can get a good setup, which we did get a good setup here. Once again, off the overnight low, we overshot this right here. Perfect measured move, and of course, really good signal bar right there. And then I was getting out before this trend right here, or sorry, not trend. I was getting out before this range right here. I didn't want to push it higher than that because I was thinking the support could react a little bit lower, which it ended up reacting, at this level right here. But while the range was in play, the level was clearly fitting best right there. So I just did 1-to-1, pretty typical. And we did not go any further than that. We bounced right off that range and plummeted back down. So we push out. There's really no way to get in on this short. It's just a spike up. You push up this is just one leg higher, first entry, and there's no second leg or anything. You kind of just drop down. You break out, have this breakout pullback. You push lower here, and then you get this one leg up here. We can see that there's a couple of entries in there. You see first entry, second entry, third entry. But that's really just one leg up there. We break, attempt at a new high, and then it's choppy, but we can see that there's a second attempt right there. So uptrend break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, but it's really choppy. There's no way to safely enter short right there. So I skipped all that. We push lower here, and then this trend, I forgot to mention this trend right here. At first it was more like this, right off those highs right there, and then we overshot at first right there, but then it ended up holding. Well, it broke back here, but it was basically holding. It barely broke out. Let me extend that. It barely broke out, and then it just closed back into the channel and the range right there. And so then I extended the lows, and I ended up fitting. And so where was I? I kind of lost track of where I was. We push lower here. We correct to the EMA. We get this first entry. Gets really choppy. We push back. Now we have a second leg. So now we have these two legs up leading to the key entry point, breaking out of this range high right here. And once we closed back into the channel here, I did like this entry, which I kind of skipped over this. I didn't mean to. We have this loss right here. Notice how it wasn't a good trade. It was these two legs up. The measured move was still in play. It was right into this double bottom, which is a big mistake. Should not have done that. And it didn't even reach the low right there. It's just overall not a good trade. Two legs, except once again, you're entering right into the lows of the day and also a double bottom with that measured move still in play. So that's not a good entry right there. But I got hit right after. I ended up getting this right here. So we break a little bit, but then we close back into the channel, and also this range right here. So we're fading this range, 2 legs up. The measured move is actually met right here, and just 1-to-1, because you don't want to push it too far past the this double bottom right here, these range lows into the new lows of the day. So it was a tick out. I didn't mind that. So anyway, we push lower here. We have correct. We don't quite reach the EMA. No good signal bar anyway. We start getting choppy, and then here, because what you can do is you can extend the trend line here to see how it fits, and then it ended up fitting really well off the other side here. And then this is basically a repeat pattern right here. I missed out on this trade, unfortunately. But what it is it's basically the exact same trade here. 2 legs pushing out, breaking the channel, and then also fading this range right here. So we're clearly going sideways. 2 legs out. Most breakouts fail. I only like it after it closed back inside the channel, because what could happen is you bounce right off the channel and continue higher and then get a bigger picture attempts at a new low later. But we were basically holding on the channel at this point when you close back in. Measured move is met. 2 legs up. It looks the exact same as what this trade looked like. So that adds more to it because it's a repeat pattern, because repeat patterns really are important. And so that's why I like that, except I did miss out and did not get in on that, unfortunately. I just wasn't paying attention, or I was out of the room for a little bit. But anyway, we push lower here, and we get a correction. We don't quite reach the EMA. We have a second push lower, and then we get this couple legs back here, no good signal bar. We push lower, lower high into the very lows. You don't want to enter on that. And then we start getting a little bit choppy down here. We push above the EMA, push up, push back below, so we don't even hold on this higher low right here, and then we can't get above. No reason to go long or anything. Not to mention you're in that big downtrend anyway, but the setup doesn't look good either. So now we have these 2 legs up. We're breaking out of this trend. What we can see is we can see how this holds right here. So we have these lows, 1, 2, 3. These 3 lows are fitting right off these 2 swings up here. So this channel could come and play. It did overshoot. Overshoots lead to breaks. We'll see if this channel can recover. Let's draw these right here. So measured move is clearly met. We'll see how this reacts. I might not take anything right off of that. I might want to wait on a lower high because, well, I guess it broke anyway. That's what we expect. Overshoots lead to breaks. That's why you got to be careful with an overshoot entering right off the trend line, unless it's another setup, like one of these range fades. If you got another range fade, then I'd feel more safe entering. But when it's right into the when you're taking a trend line, a second entry off the trend line right after an overshoot, that can be dangerous unless it's also another clear entry. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you all next time.